Just start the slideshow. See, we are talking about module 4. So module 4, what we have done means we have learned few concepts in packages and few concepts in interfaces. So we have learned most of the concepts in packages except this one concept called importing package. The introduction is done, but the thing is the programming example. So what is the usage of this import statement? So that we need to study. So we'll look into that. And when you talk about the interfaces, we have learnt basics of interfaces. So what do you mean by interface means? So so it's like a container which will contain only the function declaration, but the logic for the function should be written by the classes which are implementing the interfaces. It is used in implementing the multiple inheritance concepts in Java. Mm, so these two things you know already. So now we'll talk about how to import the packages, then how to use the variables in interfaces, how to use the nested interfaces, all these things. So this will act as a few variants, or what do we call, few cases. So you know the basics and what additional things you should know about the packages. So so now we'll just look into that. So already you would have, without your knowledge, you would be using this statement called some import statement. So you will be writing the statements. Initially you will be writing some statements like import uh, java dot util dot star, or instead of this star you'll write the class name also. So without any understanding or how it works, you'll be writing this statements. So the input statement. So why we will use this import statement? Because see, we have a package. So you know that package is a collection of classes. So we have inbuilt classes in Java also. So if you want to print something on the screen, you will be using system.out.println. So where system is a class. So system.out.println, here system is a class name. So you will be using strings inside the main function. You will be using string arguments. Here string is a class name. String is a class name. So without your knowledge itself, you will be using few classes, inbuilt classes in Java. So, sir, we are using this inbuilt classes in Java, but we are not writing this import statement. So we have one package called java.lang packages there. We have one package java.lang package. So this package will be imported by the JVM by default. So by default, this line will be imported, or this line will be called by, or this line will be used by the JVM. So because of that only, you don't have the necessity to write this line in the program. So every program will have this line being imported or being implemented by the JVM itself. So that's why you're not writing. So that's why you're able to make use of the system class, string class, which are the built-in classes directly. Otherwise, if it was not the case, means otherwise you should have imported this line and then you should start writing the program, just like dash include stdio.h, like that. This will be your first line. Since Java is since JVM is importing the statement by default, so nowhere you are using this line. So why we are using package means, packages are like, it's a good mechanism. See, packages are, packages are some, it's a good mechanism to separate the classes or to group the classes which are similar. So that's why in Java, all the classes are being grouped into a standard packages. And also, if you want to call a class, for example, there is one package by the name uh, my package. So this will contain classes like my class. So if you want to use this class means, you have to call this class, or you have to use this class through this package itself, like my package dot my class. So like this, you should use the statements. So in Java, all the classes, see all the classes within the package must be qualified with their package names. So so that is the thing. So like this package will be a collection of classes. So that's why why you're using, see here I'm using one, I'll just explain with this java.lang example itself. I'm using java.lang dot some class name. So I'll take system as the class name. So here Java is also top level package. So Java is a top level package. Inside that we have one sub package called lang sub package. So inside that we have a class called system. So so that's why in order to control the visibility also, Java will include the import statement. See, Java will include the import statement to bring either this class, either to bring this class or the entire package. So entire package can be like java dot lang dot star. So entire classes that are there inside this package will be brought. Or I just want only a system class, so I can just use java dot lang dot system. So using import statement, so using import statement, all these things can be done. So once the classes are imported or once the packages are imported, you can use them directly. You can use them directly. So see, for example, we have the statement. Now we have the statement system dot out dot println, system dot out dot println. So why we can use this statement directly, system, why we can use this class name directly? Because by default the JVM will use this line java dot lang dot star. So if JVM is not,
Excuse me, sir.
yes,
Sir, screen is lagging.
screen is lagging. I'll just check the, I'll just refresh the internet then. Okay, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now it will work. See, um, see, since I'm using this line import Java, since the JVM is using this line, you can use this class name directly. For example, if JVM is not using or JVM is not importing this line, means whenever you want to write system.out.println, you have to write like this java dot language dot system dot out dot println. Because of this import statement, because of this import statement, we are able to we are able to just use the class name itself. So the import statement is convenient for the programmer. So like you cannot, you need not use the qualified name, fully qualified name. Instead of using, see, instead of writing this statement, so for example, if there are 5 printout statements, system dot out dot println, system dot out dot println. So instead of, if someone wants to write this statements 5 times for printing some 5 like printing the name of a person, USN of a person, age of a person, address of a person, department of a person. Instead of writing, see, every time, instead of writing the system, he has to write java.lang.system, java.lang.system. So this import statement is like a convenience for him. So he can just use the class name instead of referring it with the package name. So that is the one thing. So what it will help means, it will help the programmer to write the program easily, and also a lot of typing work will be saved. So that is the one thing. So you know that so the general terminology will be like import package one separated with package two, package one dot package two dot. This can be, this can be class name or star. Star refers to all the classes that are there in this package, or class name refers to only individual classes. So here package one is a top level package. See, package one is the top level package. package 2 is the subordinate of top level package, subordinate of um, top level package, or you can call it as a sub package which is present inside the Java package. And the rest of the thing is the classes. So this is regarding the import statements. And also we have one statement, Java dot lang dot star. So this is also one package. So here all the standard Java classes are present in this package, top level package. All the standard Java classes are stored in this standard top level package called Java. And all the basic language functions are stored in a sub package called LANG. So normally, if you want some classes to be used, then we can go with import java.lang.star, or instead of star, you can use the class names also. The class name can be like system. The class name can be like string. So this is an one thing. And also what happens means, if you are using two classes, if I'm using two packages. One is java.util.star and one more is java.lang.star. So in this, we have some classes. We have classes like system. So for example, assume that we have not class, instead of class we'll use string. We have class called string, classes which are there in both the classes. So this we will assume that the string class is common in both the packages. So if we have the same class name in two different packages, then we will get an error if if you are referring to that class name. For example, there might be a situation where I want to use this string class, but that string class is present in both the packages. At that time, the JVM will throw an error because the JVM doesn't know whether it want to use the string class either from the package 1 or from the package 2. In other cases, if you're not using the class which is common among both the packages, you will not get any error. It will run normally. So this is one thing which you should keep in mind when you're using the import statement. And also, so now we have studied this now. So now we will see the now we will see the how it will work programmatically. Now we'll see how it can be implemented programmatically. So I'll write a program. Okay. Where shall package demo. Okay. So I'll just create one class only, one folder itself. Package import. So I'll just give some name. See, first thing is I'll create a package here. Because it is taking some time. So I'll give some package name as my package, or not my package, or P1, whatever name I want, I can give. So I'm just giving some name. Class name. I will give it as package class. Just give it as package class. Okay. So now, see, first what I will do means I'll write a program which will contain a method which will contain a function or some display function. It will just contain a display function. So what I will do means this package name is my package. So that's why package my package and class name is there. So I'll just write one function. What this class will do means it will contain one function called display function. So what it will do means it will just display some output like system dot out dot println. The system dot out dot um, println. So it will just take it as a package my pack class. So it will just so I've just written a class. I've just written a class. I just declared a class called package class. It will contain a function called display function. So now now this package called my package, it contains a class called uh, pkg class. Now if I want to use this function display means if I want to use this function display in some other program or in some other class, then I can make use of import statement. I can make use of import statement. So for that what I will do means I'll just go to a class. So this I'll name it as demo. This I will name it as demo. Just click on the sorry, it got created in the same location itself. I want this class to be a separate one so that we'll understand this usage of this import statement. So right click new class demo. So let it be in default package itself. Finish. Then now I want to use this. Now I want to use this package class. Now I want to use this package class inside my file called demo.java. So for this, the import statement is useful. Import, import that package name. What is my package name? Package name is my pack. Package name is my pack. There will be some issue with the case sensitive thing and all. So that should be taken care. So package my pack. So if you write like this, you're able to you're able to make use of this package. You are able to make use of this package called my pack, and all the classes called package classes is applicable to this demo class also. Since it is in the default location and since it is in the top level directory, this class will not get recognized. So I'll create one more package. I'll create one more package called. I'll create one more class with. I'll call this as a demo package. Demo package. I'll give this class name as demo. Okay. I'll just remove this. Continue. Okay. So now I have one package class called my package. So my pack is a package name, and I have a class called package class. Now we have demo .java file or demo class, which is there inside a package called demo package. So now why I created one package here, why I created one package and why I did not make use of this demo package, why I did not make use of default package, because so this import statement can be written after this package statement. So if you're giving name to a package, the import statement will be the second line. In the second line or the line after the package declaration is done, you can write write the import statement. So the import statement should be the next one. The statement should be written after this package statement. After the package statement itself, you can write the import statement. So that's why I just deleted the default location or the default package which I had written, because for default no need to create this package statements and all. So that's why this, remember that point. So if you want to make use of this class, package class, which is there in a package called my package. So now Now you have created one more package. There is one more package called demo package. So now you want to make use of this uh, class which is there in my package inside the demo package. So for this, you can use the import statement. By using the import statement, all the classes will be available. All the classes that are there in this package will be available. But if you, but at what line you should use, or whether you should use this import statement at the beginning of the file or at the end of the file. So this should be used at the beginning of the file if it doesn't have any package statement. If there is any package statement, this line should be used after the package statement. Import, what is that package name? Package name is mypack dot star. So all the classes will be imported. So all the classes will be imported, or it contains only one class. It contains only one class, or you can use that one class also. For example, if it contained few more classes, if it contained few more classes means class A and public public class B. Now, now now when I wrote this public class A, public class B, so now when I used this statement, so sorry, the class name should be case sensitive. So the class, okay. So when I use this statement, so when I import this, now see, if here I'm using only my pack dot class name, that means even though this my pack this my pack package contains three classes. One is the package class, and the other one is class A, and the other one is class B. Even though it contains three classes means, but since you're importing only package class, only the methods that are there inside this class can be accessed. But if you're using star, if you're making use of star, means if you're using star means all the classes. So for example, if this package contain three different classes, no, package class, class A, class B, all the three classes are available. All the three classes are available in this file. So this is one thing. So first let us implement the same thing with one class itself. So uh, now what I did now, I just created a class called my package. My pack is a package name, and inside this there is a class called the package class. It contained one function called display function. So I went to the demo class. So inside this demo class, what I did is I imported the classes that were there in package class dot java. So now since I've imported this package, now this class is available. In this function. So now this class is available. So what I can do means I can create an object of that class. I can create an object of that class, public static void main string args string arguments. So now what I can do means I can access that objects. I can access the methods. I can access that method. So I'll just write the code for that. So now I want to create the object of this class. So I'll just copy this class package class. Call it as pk is equal to new package class. So after this, I'll call the display method pk dot. What is the method? Pk dot display method. One second, I'll just check why this method is not available. Okay, I should give the public access. So I'll just check now. Now it is clear. So if you are not giving the public access means it will not be available. So I'll save this. So if I run this file, okay. So you're able to see this package, my pack class. See what I did here is I'll explain here. Hmm. See, what I did is first I created one class. First, I created one class, and that class contained one function called display function. So I created a class. Let me call it as some name, some random name. Here I gave it as package class. So inside this package class, there was a function called display function. So details, this details, I stored it in one package called, in name can be anything. I'll just call it as P1. So now I wanted to make use of this display function which is present inside this class called package class. So I wanted to make use of this. So for that, I imported the package. When I imported this package P1, when I imported this package P1, all the classes that were there in this package was available to me. So that's why the first line was import that package name dot star. If you want, or if you have multiple classes, you can use star, or if you want to implement only package class, you can use the class name also. After that, I just wrote some logic. After that, I just wrote some class called demo. Then I made use of this package class to create the object of package class. Then accessing that function object dot that function name. So this is how that program is being designed. So what I did, I created a package first. So inside that package, I used one class. So what I did is created a package called mypack. So inside this mypack, it contained one class which goes by the name pkg class. So this class contained one function, display function. So whenever I want to use this class, whenever I want to make use of this class, means I can use that class by calling that package or by importing that package. So here the first line, since it is also being there inside the package called demo package, so in the next line I just imported that package, import that package dot star. So after this this class is available. This class is available inside this file. So I created the object of this uh, pkj class, and then I called the display function. Whether you understood this program, yes or no? Yes or no? See whether you understood this or not. See, and also one more thing is you should make uh, and one more thing is you should make this classes as public and also this functions as public so that it will be accessible. See what see when I'll generalize this. So, for example, there is a package. For example, there is a package by the name P5. There is a package by the name P5. So this package will contain classes. This package will contain classes like class A, class B, class C, class D, class E, class F. Means the class in the sense some files. So we have one. So here we had only one class. No. So here we are having six classes, class A, class B, class C, class D, class E, class F. So now I want to make use of these classes. I want to make use of these classes somewhere else. So somewhere else. So how I can make use of that means by using the import statement, by using the import package 5 dot. So I want to make use only of class A. I can write it as P5 dot A. I just want to make use only of B. I can write it as P5 dot B. C means P5 dot C. D means P5 dot D. Only specific classes means I can write like that. No, I don't want. See. I don't want to make. See, I have to make use of all the classes. If I want to make use of all the classes means import p5 dot star. So on writing the statement, on writing the statements p5 dot star or p5 dot A, P5 dot B, P5 dot C, all the methods, all the public methods which are there in this class, and also these classes should be public, keep that point in mind. So when I write the statement, all the classes, all the public classes and the methods which are public will be accessible here, will be available in this file, and you can access them, so this is how the import statement will simplify the process. By making use of say import statement, you're able to bring all those classes inside this file. So this is how the packages are designed in Java. So this is the usage of import statement. Any doubts here? Any doubts? Any doubts? Yes or no? So we have packages like java.util packages there, java.io packages there, java.lang packages there. So all these packages will contain the collection of classes, the collection of methods and all. So any doubts here? Any doubts? Any doubts with respect to package? Any doubts? See whether you understood this.
No,
Okay. So this is regarding the package. See, likewise, you can create multiple classes also. So the logic will remain same. The logic will remain same. So only thing is the classes are available. The classes are available. Um, and regarding the interfaces, we'll just go with the interface example. See, this is just a see what I told. So for example, interface means it will contain only function function declaration. It will not contain the logic. So void print is there, void show is there. Then I'll write void display. So now this interface printable contains three functions. So whatever class implements this interface, it should be able to give the logic for these three functions. Now the class demo, it is implementing printable interface. Now it is a responsibility of class demo to give the implementation of print function, implementation of show function, implementation of display function, display function. But this class called demo will give you the details, or it will provide the implementation. It will provide the implementation of only will provide the implementation of only print function and show function, but it will not provide the implementation of display function. So in that case, what you can do means, so if a class is able to give the implementation of only two functions in our example, like it is only it is going to provide the implementation or the partial implementation of few functions that are present in the interface means, in that case you can use the keyword abstract. So by using the keyword abstract, you will not get the error. You will not get the error. But the problem is, that you cannot create an object for the abstract class. Again, this class demo has to be extended. This class demo has to be extended, or the some inheritance relationship should be there between this class called demo and some other class, and that class should provide the definition. That class should provide the definition for this display function. So like this. So there is a class which is implementing an interface, but it is not giving the implementation details for all the functions. It is providing only the implementation details for only few functions, and some functions are left out without any implementation details means, in that case you can make that class as the abstract class. So if you make that class as abstract class, then the partial implementation will not throw any error, because see here, interface is having three functions: print function, show function, uh, display function. But but I am giving the implementation details of print function. I'm giving the implementation details of show function. I am not writing the logic or the implementation details of this display function. So normally, if the class is not an abstract class, means see, you can see you will get an error. So some red line. The demo must be the type demo must be see the type demo must implement the abstract method printable dot display. So that means what the compiler is telling means you should give the implementation details for this function display function. But I am not in a position to give the implementation details for the display function. So in that situation or in that scenario, you can make this class as the abstract class. If you make this class as the abstract class, if you make that class as abstract class, then you will not get the error. Then you will not get any error. Then you will not get any error even if it contains the partial implementation also. So since now the class now the class demo, it is an abstract class means again what again you cannot create the object for this class. You cannot create the object for this class. So what you should do means you should create one more class. You should create one more class which will extends the demo class, and then you should provide the logic. Then you should provide then you can create the object, then you can access those objects. So like this you can make the turnaround. So here you should here you can give the implementation details. Here you can give the implementation details of that display function. Of the display function should be public. So now you will not get any error. So like this. So uh, where is so this is one mouse. This is one thing. So what means? So there is an interface. So what? So there is an interface. There is an interface which contains three methods: display method, print method, show method. So there is a class called A which is making use of this interface called I'll call this interface as uh, printable. So there is a class called A which is making use of this interface printable. Now this class A should provide the logics for display function, display function, print function, and show function. But this class will not provide the logic for print function. It will provide the logic only for the display function and show function. So in that situation, you should make this class as abstract. So now the class A will be abstract. You will not get any error. Then after this, you cannot create an object for this abstract class. No. Then you can create one more class called demo, which will make use of this, which will make use of this class A, which will make use of this class A. So now this class demo should provide the logic for print function. It should provide the logic for print function. Then it can call an object of demo. It can call the object of demo. We'll call it as demo d is equal to new demo. And using that object d, it can access display function. It can access print function. It can access show function. So this also you should keep in mind. So when you have an interface where all the methods cannot be implemented, you can make that class as abstract. So after that, you should know how to work with the abstract class. So this is one point you should keep in mind. So any doubts regarding today's classes? I'll just stop the class now. Any doubts? So two things: how to import the packages in Java, and the second thing is when we have an interface with multiple methods where you are not able to provide the logic for all the methods. In that situation, you have to make that class as abstract. Any doubts? Any doubts regarding today's classes? Yes or no? Whether you followed the two concepts? One is the one is regarding the import statement. The one is regarding the import statement in Java, and the second one is regarding the abstract classes. The abstract classes. So we have already seen what do you mean by the abstract classes, but just how to make use of that abstract classes in a situation where you are not able to implement all the methods of an interface. So any doubts? Any doubts regarding today's classes? Any doubts? Munishapi, any doubts? Jalajakshi, see whether you understood these two concepts.
No, sir.
Okay, fine. I'll stop the class then. So the remaining we'll see in the upcoming classes.